Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In this episode, I'm going to talk about high school football star Dannie Farber. Dannie grew up playing football and started at the early age of 5 years old, playing football in several leagues over the years in his life.
Running back for who?
Compton, White.
I heard you pretty good, dude. You be running touchdowns, huh?
Yeah.
You like running?
Yep.
You like getting hit?
No.
Oh, you don't get hit that much, though, huh?
No.
Not that much? Yeah, I got the chance to check you out last week. How long you been playing?
3 years.
3 years? You played, so you've been with Coach Field for 3 years?
Yep.
You had 3 good years at running back? So what is your goal? To go to the Super Bowl or do what? And win it?
Yep.
You got the Clinic Blue this week. What you gonna do this week?
Do what I've been doing the whole season.
And what's that?
Nominate.
Dominate?
Yep.
By high school, Dannie was going to Silverado High School in Victorville, California, but later transferred to Narbonne High School in LA. On arriving at Narbonne, Dannie proved to be a promising new player at wide receiver. Dannie helped Narbonne to a city championship and even made the all-city team. Dannie was soon to graduate in 2009 and attend college, but on May 24th, 2009, a tragedy would happen. Around 9:30 p.m., Dannie and his girlfriend Araceli were in Compton, eating at Louisiana Fried Chicken on Rosecrans and Citron Avenue. A man named Arlan soon walked inside the restaurant and walked up to Dannie and asked where was he from. Dannie stood up and said what, and Arlan then grabbed the strap from his left pocket and shot Dannie multiple times. Dannie suffered 3 fatal shots.
Narbonne High School lost a good student and talented football player this week. Now county supervisors have put $10,000 out there to find his killer. Chris Blatchford talked with Dannie Farber's friends on campus this afternoon.
The end of the school day here at Narbonne High School didn't seem all that different to an outsider. But here in the inner campus, students earlier held a moment of silence. It was for 18-year-old Dannie Farber, an all-city football player who was shot and killed at this Compton restaurant.
This later sent the community in an outrage and prompted a $10,000 reward for the shooter. This left the community and Narbonne High School devastated. Dozens of people gathered outside the restaurant for a candlelight vigil in Dannie's memory. At Dannie's funeral, many people came out from his community, also from his high school, including teammates and coaches. Even coaches from USC who had interest in Dannie playing for their school came. Even Stevie Wonder sung at the funeral. After several weeks, there will be a lot of evidence coming forth, and a sketched out drawing of the shooter will come out. It will be multiple witnesses in the restaurant who later identified a man named Arlan as the shooter. Randy and Anika were in the drive-thru at Louisiana's when Arlan walked by their car. They both knew Arlan and asked him did he need a ride because he was a Tragniew Park Crip and Pyru's turf. They would say Arlan said no and walked into the Louisiana's. Randy told the police he heard Arlan ask Dannie where was he from and seen Dannie stand up and ball his fist and answer, "This is Pyru." Randy said next thing he know, he heard shots and seen Arlan run to a car with another Tragniew Park Crip named Brandon. And then the car drove away. Arlan would even be going around telling people he killed Dannie, including a female acquaintance. He told her he went to go get food, and him and Dannie got into an exchange of words and it just happened. Arlan wouldn't be arrested until January of 2010, where he ran from police, but was later detained. He would deny any involvement with Dannie losing his life. Arlan would be recorded in jail saying police could not bring him down on fingerprints, because he ate at the Louisiana's often. Arlan's lawyer will argue that Dannie wasn't as innocent as the media and the world made it seem. They would bring up that Dannie was a gang member and even have photos trying to show him in that way. Arlan's lawyer will argue that it was self-defense and it was a gang issue, and Arlan was reacting out of fear, and that's why he shot Dannie. Many people in the restaurant didn't see it that way though, and Dannie's girlfriend Araceli even picked Arlan out on the stand and said he was the shooter. After 10 days of deliberation, on February 14th, 2011, Arlan will be sentenced to 80 years to life in prison. Dannie was only 18 and never got to have a full life. He died weeks away from his high school graduation. RIP to him. This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.